Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, it is great to have you, and Ethereum has reached a crucial level of support. Now, if you guys remember from my video yesterday, I talked about why I thought Ethereum was bullish, and here we are, not even 24 hours later, and Ethereum has already sold off 15% to the very main support threshold that we talked about in yesterday's video. So today we need to take a reevaluation look at Ethereum. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? And really, what's the main argument moving forward? So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you guys stick around for the entire length of the video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a deep dive into Ethereum. So with Ethereum really selling off around that $500 area of psychological resistance, we saw quite the sell-off in nearly a 15% drop in Ethereum in less than 24 hours. Now, we pumped up to this area really fast, we fell off of it really fast, but I think the main takeaway from yesterday's video is while the macros still are bullish, it would make complete sense for us to fall all the way back down to these previous top area and even around this 50 EMA. And really kind of anywhere in here, I think, is going to be like the golden pocket that Ethereum needs to hold. So with Ethereum holding anywhere in this level, and of course the wicks over here looking very, very good, we have numerous wicks bouncing off of this 50 EMA on the 4-hour time scale, and we are seeing some buying pressure come in over here. So I think the main thing that we need to do now is, number one, hold this area and start getting back above this previous swing high. And I think if we can do that, the Ethereum chart will be looking pretty good. On top of everything else, the volume was looking good over here. Really, there's not anything that is too scary yet, but if we want to start breaking down and really getting below this 50 EMA, I think that we could be putting Ethereum could be putting itself in a little bit of a pickle. And the next real support after that isn't going to be till about $390, because that's where you're going to start having the bottom of this area. And right below that, you're going to go all the way back down to about $365, which is where you're going to have a previous top. And we'll see this a little bit better on a one-day scale in just a second, but those are kind of the targets that I have to the downside for Ethereum should it break down. Now, I'm not making this video to kind of say that it's going to be bearish, it's going to be bullish. Obviously, I think the trend is our friend over here, and while we are holding for the moment, I think that this is kind of one of those things where we sit back, we watch how this plays out, but certainly, the trend is our friend in this kind of scenario, despite this being quite the sell-off. Now, we have seen sell-offs like this already. We have seen, quite a bit of ups and downs, but for the most part, it has been a series of ups. This might just be another buy the dip opportunity. Again, I think the key word is might. I think that this is one of those scenarios where we need to sit back and observe, because there isn't any kind of significant evidence for, this is bullish or this is bearish at this point. Obviously, I think that, as long as it holds this previous top and the 50 EMA, as long as it holds this, I think it's bullish. Now, if it starts to break down out of this area and start heading back to the downside, things could get a little bit more scary if it doesn't hold the 200 EMA or even the previous top, now going to be support. So if we want to go ahead and look at some of the indicators and oscillators over here, it looks like the MACD is starting to slow down and round off. It seems like most of the bearish pressure that we had is gone for the time being, but the RSI is sitting extremely neutral over here, coming really, of course, from that oversold territory, or excuse me, overbought territory. And on this one-day chart, nothing is too different. MACD looks like the bullishness is pretty much gone. On the 4-hour, it looks like the bearishness is pretty much dissipating. So I think that this is going to be one of those scenarios where we're kind of just reevaluating where Bitcoin is, letting it do its move here, and maybe for me, jumping back into it in just a little bit. But again, the RSI on this daily chart is, again, very neutral, much like the 4-hour. I think that the main support that Bitcoin really needs to hold is going to be this daily 50 EMA. Now, this has been a solid ground for, and I said Bitcoin, I think I said Bitcoin. What Ethereum really needs to hold, is this 50 EMA on this one-day time scale, because this has been a solid rock for Ethereum for months now. I mean, going back all the way, I think, to April and May. Ever since then, we can quite clearly see that this yellow line has been quite the support for Ethereum. Now, conveniently, this puts us at the previous bottoming area on Ethereum, and I think that if it were to break not only this previous bottom, the previous top over here, the previous swing high rather, turned into support, and on top of that, you do have this 50 EMA. If all of this were to break, I would certainly be more bearish on Ethereum, and I don't think that this would be too great of a sign. But even below this, you have the 200 EMA on the daily time scale, and of course, you have this massive rising support line that we have tested several times over the course of like 1, 2 to even 3 months, anywhere from March to May to June, and even in almost pushing ourselves into August over in here. So Ethereum certainly does have a lot of support. I think, again, the name of the story is that Ethereum needs to hold, but there is a lot of support below here. So if it were to fall, we have tons of levels that we can kind of read and base off of, where it could go or even might go. So hopefully this video was, maybe just a little bit reassuring. Again, nothing I said is legal, financial, or tax advice in any way, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video nonetheless. If you guys did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I hope to see you guys in the comment section down below if you guys have any questions. And until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video.